Welcome to Cocktails in the War Room. What's going on, everybody? How are you? I'm Mistress Carrie. Thank you for hanging out with me every Tuesday night at 8:30 for our weekly cocktail. My co-host, Wednesday, is here. Let me turn on the Pug Cam. Come here, Wednesday. Come here. Come and say hi to everybody. Say hi. Say hi to everybody because you're going to end up taking a nap or having a temper tantrum and taking off in a minute. Say hi to everybody. They're up here. Say hi. She's kind of hyper tonight, guys. I would be warned. I hope you guys had a fantastic day. Thank you guys for hanging out. I told you Wednesday is wound up. She does not like the heat. I don't know how you guys are handling the terrible freaking heat that we've been dealing with. Wednesday's good for about 5 minutes outside, and then she's looking at me like, Ma, can you take me inside? Because this totally sucks. And then as soon as she comes inside and cools off, she wants to go back outside again. Don't show everybody your butthole. It's not nice. Say hi to everybody. Don't come over here. Say hi to everybody over there. There you go. Oh, I just hit myself in the face with the monkey. So how are you guys? I got a wild pug on the couch tonight. Monica just starts the show. Blueberry cobbler and a bag of dicks. It's fantastic. How are you? Cheers. I don't know. Yeah, Amanda, I totally agree. AC is a godsend. I totally agree with you. Jamie says my shepherd is in heat. Oh my God. I can't even deal. I am going to warn you guys though. Sick balls Wednesday. Producer Mike says, so humid butthole cam. Yeah, we don't want to make butthole cam a thing. You guys don't want to watch that, and nobody's going to want to watch the replay of that. So I am going to warn you guys and tell you that I haven't eaten dinner yet. So I might pop into a can of Pringles while we're sitting in here tonight because I'm freaking starving. So how are you guys? What is going on? There's no guest on the show tonight, so we get to hang out and kind of catch up. And hey, she's going after the Pringles on the table. Will you get down? So I wanted to catch up and see how you guys are doing. Carrie had a job interview today. I hope I get this job, said Jason. We could send some positive war room vibes out to you, Jason. Good luck. Mickey says it's also hot in Oregon. Chris says the purple hair is on fire tonight. Thank you very much. The news says that AC spreads the Rona, not in my house. These are not the dill Pringles. I got the sour cream and onion ones in here tonight. I made some pickles over the last couple days with some of the giant cucumbers that are coming out of my garden. And, Paula says finally tried the pickled Pringles. They're delicious, but I'm kind of pickled out right now because I've been making pickles. I don't know how your gardens are going. But it looks like Little Shop of Horrors out in the garden right now. Like my cucumber plants are 7+ feet tall, climbing over the squash tunnel that I showed you guys I put together this spring. The tomatoes are starting to interconnect through the tomato cages. They're starting to form a perimeter wall. Like there's seriously stuff going on in the garden. So I've been making serious pickles. Although I think the batch that I made recently, I may not have made correctly, but they have to sit for a week and then I'll be able to find out. Lisa says never tried them. The pickled Pringles are delicious. We've talked about the Pringle problem. Try and say that 5 times fast that I've had since the whole lockdown coronavirus thing started. And I don't know what it is. I never really ate Pringles before. And now I'm kind of addicted to them. And I know that there's Cape Cod potato chips and like all these other amazing chips. But for some reason, every once in a while, it's just so satisfying to like pop open a can of the Pringles. And, oh, you want to come back now? Say hi to everybody. What are you doing? Did you come back because I started talking about Pringles and you like them too? Huh? Are you going to take a nap? What are you going to do? She likes to eat Deadpool's feet, as you can see. She chews on them. She is obsessed with what we got in the mail this week. So I feel like maybe we should do the mail call first so I can show you what she's been fascinated with on the table. Do you want to do that Wednesday? Do you want to do the mail call? Huh? Is that what you want to do? What are you doing? No, she's just eating the monkey's feet. Okay, well, whatever you want to do there, dear. You do you, boo-boo. Just keep your butthole off the camera. Everybody doesn't want to look at your butthole. Pringles and Twizzlers, I know. And you know what, guys? I hate to say it, but I got a bag of the cherry, like the wild cherry Twizzlers by accident. And they're kind of delicious. Ooh, pizza Pringles, Annette. I have not tried those. Melissa says the Pringles are awesome. Nom, nom, nom. I have not tried the pizza Pringles yet, but I mean, I'm open to any suggestion when it comes to Pringles right now. Do you guys want me to? I'm not even going to bother putting my camera back on because you guys just want to watch Wednesday anyway, right? Black Twizzlers, not my thing. I do like, like the anisette, the cookies that you have at Christmas time that everybody with an Italian family grew up eating, which I make a ton of. But the black licorice is not my thing. Those cherry Twizzlers are amazing, says Marcel. I know that I usually go for just the standard. I guess Wednesday's going to hang out with us for a while. I'm going to put my camera back on. I'm usually just a traditionalist when it comes to the Twizzlers, but these wild cherry ones are kind of good. I don't want to have them all the time. I don't like the red vines, Kelly. I'm a regular Twizzlers person, but right now these wild cherry ones, kind of feeling it. Orange creamsicle. What are you talking about, Renee? What do you mean? Orange creamsicle Twizzlers? Danielle says the pizza Pringles are great. Hey peeps, how you all doing, says Tom. Everybody's doing good. Jen says the barbecue ones are kind of gross. I haven't had the barbecue ones. Wachusett chips, the barbecue ones, that's what I grew up eating, and those are kind of the goat for barbecue chips for me. So I'm not going to deviate from what I think is the best, but Jeff says, hey, Carrie, sorry I'm late. Just got out of my second job. Jeff, first of all, don't apologize for being late. And second of all, your second job, if you're working right now and you're out making a living, don't apologize for being late. You got to do what you got to do. At least you're working. Cheers to you. The Wednesday's Baconator Pringles are good. Lou, I didn't even know that was a thing. Where are all of these flavored? I feel like there's as many Pringles flavors as I have Pez dispensers right now. This is crazy. Yeah, exactly, Brianna. She's like, that sounds amazing. Well, I'm going to put the Pug Cam back on because she's just chilling. I guess she wants to hang out with us tonight. Carol says she's tired tonight. I hear that. Salt and vinegar Pringles. I am a fan of the salt and vinegar chips. Cape Cod barbecue. I'll tell you, Mike Shue is an addict when it comes to the Cape Cod potato chips. And I always liked them, but then because they were always around, I always liked them too. Josh says, God, she's getting old. Are you talking about me or Wednesday? Josh. Like, I know I'm getting old, but Wednesday's only 2. So who are you talking about? Wednesday or me? Be nice. Walmart has all of the flavored Pringles, says Renee. All right, that's good. My crack is the rotisserie chicken Pringles. See, these are the kinds of things that if the world didn't slow down because of the coronavirus, I never would have stopped to analyze the entire Pringles section at the supermarket. But now you're at the supermarket, you got your mask on, you're following the friggin' arrows, you got your list, you don't want to, you're social distancing, so why not take an extra second out of the house to just bask in the glory of the array of choices at the Pringles shelf, I guess. I don't know. Definitely not you, says Mike. Oh, thanks. Cape Cod sea salt and vinegar are the way to go, says Ash. I missed the last couple of weeks. I have been out straight working. Tom, that's great. The War Room episodes always get posted after the fact up on Facebook. And for anybody that you guys have tried to get into the War Room that maybe can't because they don't have a Facebook page, I record all the episodes now and put them up. Oh, hold on. I got a pug coming over here to probably kick pillows off the couch. And now I put all the episodes up on my YouTube channel. So you can always catch up with us after. Shelly says, try some chips. Fuck yes, Shelly. You know where it's at. All right, I'm going to do the mail call right now because Wednesday won't stop looking at what's on the table. So I got this awesome card with a dog with glasses. And it says, taking time to pause, PAWS, just to let you know I thought of you today, which is amazing. It says, just wanted to send Wednesday a little something. Thanks for all that you do, Carol. Carol, the cookie lady that made those amazing regatta Italian cookies that I got in the mail. Oh, were they good? But Carol, so she sent Wednesday this thing that's on the table, and Wednesday won't stop staring at it. So I'm going to show it to you guys so that Wednesday will then be able to play with it if she wants. She sent this amazing rainbow colored dog blanket. And can you hear Wednesday pant? She's right here because Wednesday, do you want to come over here and see the blanket? Come over here. I'll put your camera on. There you go. See this awesome blanket? She's been fascinated with it. Carol, I don't know if you have a dog at home but as soon as I took it out of the box, she's been following me around, and I had it on the table here in the war room, and she's just wanted to come over and smell it. So this is like amazing. She loves it right off the bat. I see some of you guys. Oh, are you guys analyzing my t-shirt? It's a Jumptown skydiving shirt, who is once again sponsoring Cocktails in the War Room this week, along with Latini Creative Solutions. So before I go any further, I want to definitely thank those guys. Latini Creative Solutions has obviously been working on all of the special Mistress Carrie artwork, the Cocktails in the War Room artwork, design the artwork that's on all your t-shirts, and has been instrumental in the building of my website that is coming very soon. Get off of that table. What kind of manners do you have? Showing people your butthole and then jumping on the table? Come over here. So latinacreative.com is where you can go if you are looking to rebrand your company, work on new artwork, maybe design new uniforms, or build a new profile on social media for your business, and you want to make sure that it looks right. latinacreative.com can help you with that. And then Jumptown Skydiving, which is where I learned how to jump 22 years ago. I made my first jump, and they're sponsoring Cocktails in the War Room this week, and also this episode of the podcast this week. So you can find them at jumptown.com if you guys have ever wanted to go and jump out of a plane. I mean, you haven't really been able to do much else that's fun. So take that little bit of extra money that you haven't been spending and go and do something that might change your 2020 for the better. Celebrate somebody's birthday, an anniversary, a graduation from college or high school. You got to be 18. A lot of people have been asking me about the weight limit. I believe it's 240 pounds to do a tandem skydive, because it's your weight plus the weight of the instructor. So the bigger you are, the smaller the instructor, and they don't have, 80-pound small people to take you on tandems. But if you, Mike says, I'm not jumping out of a plane unless I absolutely need to. See, I need to do it now. If I don't jump for a while, it's like, oh, love watching people jump at the airport near me. Someday I'll do it myself. Well, that's the thing, Heather. That's what's really cool about it, is that if you guys are looking for something to do with the kids, just to kind of get out of the house and go for a scenic ride, they have a huge parking lot, and you can pull right into the parking lot of Jumptown, and you can watch the people skydiving and watch them land and stuff. And it's fun for kids to watch it, and people go out and are spectators and check it out all the time. So if you've ever wanted to get information on it or whatever, you can go to jumptown.com and book a skydive. They give student discounts for college students. They also give military discounts as well. And if you get a whole group of your crazy ass friends together to go and do it together, they give group discounts as well. So I want to thank Carol for this amazing blanket that Wednesday absolutely loves. I think it's really sweet. It's got all of these like knots in the tassels and stuff, and she absolutely loves it. So I'm going to put that right over here. I don't know where Wednesday went, but I'm sure she'll be back. So I'll leave all of her toys over here. She's the most spoiled freaking dog on the planet. For everybody that's been sending her toys, remember how she got that giant basket to put them all in? So Wednesday now, the basket is in the living room, and every night I put all of her toys in. It's like I go around and clean up all of her toys, because anybody that's ever had a puppy or a toddler, it's like you can organize all the toys and then 10 minutes later they're scattered across the floor again. Wednesday now has started accepting that I've cleaned up her toys. And so instead, she digs through the basket looking for the specific toy that she wants to play with, and then she pulls that out. Now, she'll leave it on the floor for me to put back. She hasn't started putting the toys back yet, But it's really weird that she goes into the basket and digs around for whatever her favorite toy is that she's looking for at the time. And then she only pulls that one out. So Jen says, my husband has to drive out there every day. It is full. Lisa, yeah, her basket is full of toys. The toys are just out of control. Hey there, nice podcast, says Chuck. Hey, Chuck. All right, so I'm going to skip around a little bit because I know Chuck's watching right now. So that's mail call. So if you guys, I want to thank Carol for that amazing blanket she said for Wednesday. If you guys, are looking to send me anything or whatever, that's the address you want to do it. Because Chuck is watching, every week in the podcast, we do something called In the News, which is where I like to promote the different outlets and people that have been helping me get the word out about my podcast and kind of what I'm doing. And so there is this amazing Boston music podcast called Above the Basement. And it's not rock specific, it's all music. And I had gotten connected to these guys through a couple of mutual friends and turned onto this podcast. And they interview everybody, all different styles of music. I mean, it could be jazz, classical, pop, hip hop, rock, whatever. But if you really want to learn more about just how varied and vast the Boston music scene really is, you can check out the Above the Basement podcast. And I am the interview that they put up on episode 156 that is live right now. So I want to thank the guys from Above the Basement for having me on and helping me get the word out about Cocktails in the War Room and about the Mistress Carrie podcast as well. And we talked about it last week, but it went live this Thursday. Congratulations to Travis, host of Oscar Mike Radio, celebrating his 200th episode. And I've been lucky enough to be on his podcast 3 times now. I believe episode 62 and then episode 100. And now to commemorate his 200th episode, he had me back. And these guys, but both podcasts asked me great questions. We had a lot of really interesting conversations about music and the music business and radio and just how we look at life in certain ways. And so if you guys are looking for some other podcasts to check out Travis and Oscar Mike Radio on episode 200 and check out the guys from Above the Basement. Episode 156 is the Mistress Carrie episode. But as you go through their website and you go through their podcast, you'll be able to see that they interview a ton of really interesting people. And so I'm just really lucky that they considered me just as interesting to talk to as all of the people that they've interviewed before. So thank you guys so much for all of the support. I know we're jumping around a little bit, so we might as well celebrate birthdays. We do it every week. If your birthday is today, you are celebrating it with a few great people. Rick Wright from Pink Floyd, Afro Man, and the Got High song. You guys remember Afro Man, right? And then I Got High. And then Jacoby Shaddix from Papa Roach was born today as well. So happy birthday to all of you guys. And happy birthday to all of them. And cheers to all of you. I'm sorry that you might not be able to celebrate your birthday the way that you want to. But you're hanging out with all of us on Tuesday in the War Room. Oh, Wednesday's back. You coming up? What are you doing? She's just looking at me. She's like, I either want to eat the Pringles or show everybody my butthole again. And if you're not going to let me do either one of those things, I might not come back up on the couch. What are you doing? You want to come up? Come on. Oh, I guess she wants to hang out tonight, guys. It's our lucky night. She's gracing us with her presence. What are you doing? Seriously, does her tongue look like a piece of boiled ham? Is it just me? I really think it does. Right? Stick out your ham slice and show it to everybody. Are you going to do the pug tip your head thing? Do you want to come over here so I can hang out with you? There you go. Sheesh. When's the last time she wanted to hang out with us this much? This is insane. Copper Cup drinks tonight, says Tom. Hell yeah. Moscow Mule. I'm telling you, the hotter it gets, the more delicious these things get. Although for me, I like 2 wedges of lime. It's just vodka, lime juice, ginger beer, some ice cubes, copper mug, obviously. Yeah, she wants to just chill on the blanket, Joe says. Exactly. Or no, now she's starting to bite my hand now, and she just sneezed all over me. Any of the other pet owners out there, do you get misted by snot in the same way that pug owners do? For some reason, pugs in their short snout, they have this uncanny ability to be able to just completely cover you in this fine mist of pug booger. And she just did it to my legs. And it was almost refreshing for a second, like those misting tents at like concerts, like Lollapalooza and stuff. Right? Do you want to come over? Your camera's over here. Will you come over here and hang out so everybody can see you? Because you're being really cute right now. But the cameras are all set up, honey. I already set up lighting for you. Like I did a lot of work. Can you come over here? Come over this way. Come on. Oh, everybody can hear you panting on Mommy's good microphones. So just come over on this side. There. That's all you got to do. All right, I'll turn the Pug Cam back on for another minute. Look at her. Not your butt. You want to eat the brontosaurus? See, now Chuck from above the basement, we talked about the war room, and now he gets to see the war room in its glory, that you guys just get to sit here and watch me play with my dog. My pity thinks it's a lap dog, says Mike. Exactly. Ladies at the Looney Bin in Weirs Beach send their love. No way, Will, really? Oh, okay. First of all, can we talk about the Looney Bin, which is one of the only bars that's up Weirs Beach area that's open all year round? And if you go to the Looney Bin, they have an unbelievable menu of shots that you can order. Like there's hundreds of different shot recipes, and they have by far some of the best steak tips anywhere around Laconia. The steak tips at the Looney Bin are so good. So make sure you send all of my love to all of the girls up at the Looney Bin. I love that place. Jane's Addiction started Lollapalooza. Yeah, we actually have to talk about, I told you, we're going to skip around tonight before we talk about the podcast. Let's get into the music news. Nope, that's me in the news. Music headlines. There we go. Speaking of Lollapalooza, they are going to live stream a 3-day event. It's all going to be online. Paul McCartney, The Cure, Arcade Fire, Chance the Rapper. The lineup is absolutely huge. You can see it on the Lollapalooza website, but that is happening this weekend. So if you want to watch Lollapalooza, which went from a tour to a concert in Chicago, and now they're going to be doing a live streamed Lollapalooza this weekend. So you can check that out. Tomorrow, we're getting new Corey Taylor music. Now, on episode 2 of the Mistress Carrie podcast, I talked to Corey Taylor about his upcoming solo record that he recorded during the initial lockdown in Vegas. And he talked about how all of the musicians had to quarantine so that they could all join each other in the recording studio with the producer to work on this record. Hello. Well, the first single from Corey Taylor's solo album comes out tomorrow. He's been putting up all of these graphics that say CMFT, which stands for Corey motherfucking Taylor. So his new music is coming out tomorrow. So be prepared for that. Emmy nominations came out today, and Trent Reznor was nominated for 2 Emmy nominations because of the music that he worked on with Atticus Ross in The Watchmen. Now, if Trent Reznor wins an Emmy, he is a Tony away from being an EGOT, which is Emmy, Grammy, Oscar, Tony. There are not that many EGOTs in the world. He already obviously has Grammys because of 9 Inch Nails, but also already has Academy Awards or Oscars as well. So now Trent Reznor is nominated for 2 Emmys. I'm really not sure how the 9 Inch Nails Downward Spiral musical on Broadway is going to go. If that's how he's going to get a Tony, I would really like to see the choreography of I Want to Fuck You Like an Animal. Am I the only one that wants to watch that? But I think it's interesting. But yeah, Trent Reznor could become one step closer to an EGOT if he wins one of the 2 Emmys that he's been nominated for. There is an Ozzy documentary called The 9 Lives of Ozzy Osbourne that is coming out on A&E on September 7th. And there's a trailer that is up online right now that looks pretty interesting, with him talking about how he goes stir crazy when he's not on tour, which means he's probably going ape shit, bat shit. I shouldn't say bat shit when I'm talking about Ozzy, but that he goes crazy when he's home. And they interview the kids talking about how he would be home, but he would feel like he was lost because he just belongs on tour. So that documentary comes out on A&E on September 7th. My dog is kicking me right now. Let me turn the Pug Cam back on. Look at the psycho look in her eyes. What are you doing, weirdo? Let me see if I can move this thing. See, look at her crazy ass face. Look at that face. She's kicking me. She's throwing her toys all over the place. I don't know what's going on with her tonight. All right. Continuing on with all of the music news. So check out the trailer for the Ozzy documentary because it looks really good. And then there has been an avalanche. You know how much I love cover songs. There has been an avalanche of unbelievable, weird, strange cover songs that have come out. Recently today, Korn and Yellow Wolf released a cover of Devil Went Down to Georgia, which is bizarre, but you got to check it out. The guys from Korn have just released so many strange covers over the years, which is awesome. They're definitely not afraid to take chances, and this is another one where it's out there. Obviously, the Chris Cornell cover of Guns N' Roses' Patience is just everywhere. It was released last week on his birthday by his family, and it's fantastic if you haven't heard it yet. Speaking of Chris Cornell, a few weeks ago, Seven Dust released their cover of The Day I Tried to Live from Soundgarden, which is great. And I put the link up, the video link to this. If you haven't seen it yet, you got to watch it. Members of Coheed and Cambria, Mastodon, Primus, and Tool covered Rush's Anthem. They all recorded their parts in their own homes, and they made a music video out of it, and it's fantastic. So if you haven't seen that yet, that is also up as well. So there's just some really cool, creative covers. You can tell that the musicians, are just trying to keep themselves occupied at home, and they're working on a lot of different things, which is really cool. Wednesday's dragging Deadpool around the couch here in the war room. I don't know what the hell she's got going on. So speaking of the podcast, well, not speaking of the podcast, but speaking of artists that are at home trying to make do with what they got going on, that's what I've been talking to a lot of the artists in the podcast about. So before we announce episode number 8, I wanted to talk to you guys about episode number 7 with Spencer from Ice Nine Kills. Because we don't have a guest tonight, we had a lot more time to talk just amongst ourselves. So I really wanted to find out, now that there's already been 7 episodes out in the podcast, what episodes you guys have really liked. Maybe you didn't hear the first few at first and then went back and listened to some old ones. But I wanted to see what you guys have thought about some of the episodes, and if there's people that you maybe like their music now or started listening to their music because you heard them on the podcast, you really hadn't been exposed to them before. Melanie says, saw David Bowie with 9 Inch Nails at Great Woods, definitely in my top 5 shows. Oh, hell yeah. Stacy says Ace Frehley had a great album of covers called Origins Volume 1. Origins Volume 2 is out September 18th. I'm telling you, like, I love it when these artists just try to cover really weird, strange music choices. I just think it's really cool. Lisa says all of them. Thank you. Amanda says, I love the one with Brent and Corey. So that's episode number 1 and episode number 2. Shannon says all of them. Thank you. Loving Bad Wolf, says Travis. Awesome. Mark says the Outpost guys. So you're talking about John Hill. That was episode number 4. Did you guys see the movie yet? For people that maybe hadn't seen the movie when episode 4 came out, or when John and Johnny joined us here in the War Room. Judy says Sergeant Jonathan Hill was my favorite and best by far. I love Tommy Vexed. How many weeks total have you been on, Carrie? Okay, so the podcast has been on, this week will mark 8 weeks because I put out a new episode every Wednesday. But on as far as the War Room, we've been on since March 14th, if you guys can fucking believe that. This is episode 89 of the War Room, by the way. Crazy. We're going to have to do something special for episode 100. I haven't figured it out yet. We got a little time. Brianna says, I think my favorite's been Tommy Vexed because it was thought-provoking and Sergeant Hill's interview. Loved it. Talking about covers, Eric says Personal Jesus from Manson. That's a fantastic cover. I see a black screen. Am I the only one, says Mark. No, I'm seeing what you guys should be seeing, and it's me and my mug. So I hope you guys are seeing everything. Producer Mike says, love listening to Des speak on all the things. He's well-traveled and so cool to listen to. Yeah. He is, he's a really, really strange, interesting dude. He's definitely not like anyone I've ever met. I need a Pringle. Let's see. Eric says Sergeant Hill as well. Tainted Love is totally my jam from Marilyn Manson, says Melissa. I'm sorry, guys. I'm so hungry. I'm now Wednesday sitting over here looking at me because she wants a fucking Pringle. No, you're not having a Pringle. See her? Begging over there, down behind the logo. Not happening. Okay, everybody else says they can see me, so I don't know what's going on. Oh, Sangria Super Batch for episode 100. Done. 100%. With the moonshine, too, so I get all giggly like I did that night. Oh, my God, really? Daniel says October 13th would be episode 100. Oh, that would be awesome. Right in the middle of Halloween season. Maybe we'll do costumes. I got to get a good guess for episode 100, too. All right, I'm taking notes. You guys remind me so I don't forget. Renee says, good girl, you eat the Pringles the correct way. What's the incorrect way to eat Pringles? Like, that's how you're supposed to eat them, right? You can't bite a Pringle in half because they shatter like glass and then you get crumbs all over the place. You just got to do the whole, just go in. Fundraiser for episode 100, a bag of 100 dicks for sale to raise money of your choice. That's pretty funny, Gina. Jillian says that night was awesome. I'm assuming you're talking about when I got the giggles when the moonshine got put in the sangria. Will wants another limoncello night. Hell yeah, Will. Oh, I am into it. I'm telling you, when it's 100 degrees and you got a bottle of limoncello in the freezer, life is good. Okay. I'm done with the Pringles. I'm sorry you guys are watching me eat, but I'm freaking starving. Brianna says, thankfully, I'm watching on my mother's phone and the video is working on that. Yeah, everybody seems to be okay. Full Fernandez, says Eric. Yes, we're going full Fernandez for episode 100. Hell yeah. And a cook-off of blueberry cobblers. Maybe I'll have to get somebody from a restaurant or somebody in here, like they're making blueberry cobbler recipes. Or maybe I could get a War Room bartender in here. Maybe that's when we'll debut the official War Room blueberry cobbler cocktail. I have so many ideas right now. I can't even handle it. All right, we got to focus. We got to get back on track. So I'm glad that you guys have been into all of the podcast episodes so far. So I want to introduce this week's episode. Super excited. I love these guys. I've known both of them for years. I've known Mike longer, but Mike Mushak and Adam Gontier from St. Asonia are going to be on episode number 8 of the Mistress Carrie Podcast that goes live at midnight tonight. You guys will remember that we did the fundraiser with them at Newbury Comics for Vinyl for Veterans. And then they did that acoustic fundraiser at the Friends of Six String event at the Six String Bar and Grill, which is down at Patriot Place, of which Mike Mushak from Stained is one of the partners. And, I didn't realize. Hold on. There. Is that better? Now it's across my eyes. God damn it. Hold on. Can you guys see this stuff moving around? Or does it just look crazy? There. So episode 8 is Adam, who of course was in 3 Days Grace back in the day, and Mike, who are in St. Asonia now, but of course Mike also still in Stained. And Mike is here in New England, but Adam is up in Canada. So the interview was really interesting hearing his perspective on things because he's up in Canada. We also talked about some serious stuff, including a conversation that we've all had here in the War Room about people that are struggling with sobriety and trying to stay focused on their sobriety during all of this isolation time with the coronavirus. And so I asked Adam about that and how he's handling it because, he's been very open and talking about how he went to rehab and really got himself straightened out. And also their perspective on being parents through all of this as well has been pretty interesting. And a lot of people don't know that Mike is actually an engineer. He has an engineering degree. So when we started talking about the homeschooling stuff, that was really funny as well. So I think you guys are really going to like this episode. The next few episodes, I think you're going to really, really like. I'm working on next week's episode right now. And I think you're going to love that one as well. But Adam and Mike from St. Asonia are going to be on this week. And, oh boy, here we go. But just hearing their take on things, the struggles for Mike, not only because his band can't tour right now, but also because his bar and restaurant has obviously been affected by everything that's been going on. Hearing his perspective as a business owner as well has been really interesting. So I'm really excited for you guys to hear this episode. So like I said, this goes live at midnight. If you guys know Stain fans or 3 Days Grace fans or St. Asonia fans that might not be joining us in the War Room, make sure you share this episode with them so that they know it's out there and they can check it out. Renee says, I saw 3 Days Grace and Adam 8 times. They were always great. I have an awesome picture of me with them on the 50-yard line at Gillette before Adam left 3 Days Grace because he sang the national anthem at a game, and it was just really, really cool to be there. Shelly says, all your podcasts are awesome. I really appreciate that. There's Wednesday. Yeah, she's in the other room and barking. Let's see. Oh, Carol. Yes. So that was the other thing that I needed. I didn't want to pull it out here, but it's here on the table. Carol sent the blanket for Wednesday. I do want to mention that she also hooked me up with some iced coffees at Dunkin' Donuts, which I thoroughly enjoyed it today. I actually went to the post office to check the mail, and there's a Dunkin' Donuts right next door, and I opened it in the car because, as you hear me talk about on the Oscar Mike Radio podcast, I'm a fucking 5-year-old when you guys send me stuff in the mail and I have to open it right away. So Carol, literally, I opened it, got Wednesday's blanket, read your card, and literally went next door to Dunkin' Donuts and got an iced coffee today because it was so freaking hot and it was delicious. So thank you very much, girl. I appreciate it. Talking about the podcast, just a reminder where you can get it. If you have not listened to the podcast yet, you can find it on Apple, Google, Spotify, radio.com, iHeartRadio, Stitcher, Deezer, Overcast, Radio Public, TuneIn, Pocket Casts, and most recently, Pandora picked it up as well. And I'm super excited that they have the podcast on. So you can basically find it anywhere, which has been awesome. I'm sad to say that this is the first week in a while where we haven't added another country to the list. We are still holding strong at 77 countries that have taken part in the Mistress Carrie podcast. So if you know anybody in these gray countries, send them some links and start spreading the word about the podcast, because as of right now, we're at 77. It's really interesting because I talked to someone that writes for an industry, like a music industry trade magazine. I talked to him, I think 6 weeks ago, and he was asking me how the podcast is going. And he's like, well, when I talked to you last, you had 33 countries listening to your podcast. And I was like, yeah, in the last 6 weeks, it's gone from 33 to 77. And he was like, holy shit, really? And I said, yeah, people in the war room are helping me get the word out. So thank you guys for that. And I think this episode is definitely going to drive up listenership to our neighbors of the North up in Canada. And it was really interesting talking to Mike and Adam because the border's closed. So even if those guys wanted to do shows somehow together, they can't. It's like they're stuck on two sides of, a fence right now, and they can't hang out with each other. It's sad. But Adam is obviously, up in Canada enjoying time with his family. And of course, Mike is here in New England enjoying time with his family as well. So are you missing any platforms on the podcast? I don't think so. I mean, do you guys see any place that, wait, where is it? I mean, I think these are all the big ones until I start a video component for the podcast, which I'm going to do someday. And then you'll be able to check out the videos of the podcast on YouTube, which is part of the 2021 expansion project. Wednesday says, did she announce who was on the next podcast? Yes. It's Adam and Mike from St. Asonia, formerly of 3 Days Grace, still currently a member of Stained. I think you guys are really going to like this episode. So 77 countries is amazing, Carol. I totally agree. Did I announce podcast shirts yet or anything? No, I haven't. That's coming with the website. Because the online store is going to be part of the launch of the new website. So as soon as it gets all done, I will let you guys know. I will tell you that there's a lot of really cool announcements coming in the coming weeks because just like I told you guys when we first started the War Room, I've been working really hard at putting things together, and now all of that hard work is starting to pay off. And so she just called you Wednesday. Wait, who? So there's going to be a lot of great stuff coming. So I'm super excited for you guys to hear about all of the things that I got going on. So definitely going to be some announcements in the next coming weeks. But yes, we're working on the designs of the shirts. We are designing all of the other stuff. I can hint to you that there's going to be some pretty cool stuff for your home bar for the War Room as well. So we're working on all kinds of stuff, and I'm super excited. It just, you know, that old saying how they talk about the tortoise and the hare. I'm having a really hard time being the tortoise, but I know that's the way to go, and making sure that every step forward that I take, that I'm doing it to the best of my ability. I don't want to release something that's half-assed. I don't want to release something that's not good quality. I don't want to release anything that, you guys won't be proud of or happy about. And so sometimes it's frustrating being the tortoise, but in the end, we know who wins. So just be patient with me, but it's all coming. You called Wendy Wednesday. Oh my God, I did. I'm so sorry, Wendy. I'm so used to yelling Wednesday 10,000 times a day. I apologize, Wendy. I didn't mean to call you Wednesday. Yes, Mark. Shot glasses, pint glasses. We're looking at all different options, beer koozies. It's crazy because like there's catalogs like this and just websites that are just filled with stuff and going through it all. And wait, James, what? Hold on. James says, I met Alice Cooper today. James, I need more information. What? You met Alice Cooper today? I've talked to him. Super cool guy. Where did you meet Alice Cooper? Can you fill us all in here in the War Room? What the hell is going on? Lou, thank you. Slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. I want a Mistress Carrie Cocktails in the War Room sticker, says David. We're working on that. Jeff says, damn it, I need a bar too. Sell a bag of ducks. Did you mean dicks, Lisa? Did you just get auto-corrected or did you mean ducks? She takes it as a compliment, says Amy. Well, I appreciate that, Wendy. Carol made that blanket. Hold on. Seriously? Carol, you made this? I thought you bought it for her. You made this? Okay, that's insane. You made cookies for me. You bought me iced coffee today. I didn't know you made this for Wednesday. That's amazing. Well, she loves it because she's been smelling it all day. So obviously you did something right. I love it. It's so cool. Met Alice Cooper at a nursing home, says Jeff. Smart ass. Bag of dicks, she meant. Yeah, that's what I thought. Blueberry cobbler morale patches. Oh, David, that's interesting. I want a hat, stand-up style. Interesting, Mark. Carol, you are so talented, says Christina. She totally is. That is awesome. Wednesday says it's fine. Did you mean Wendy says it's fine? That was a great gift, says Jen. I totally agree. Just super cool and really sweet. And Wednesday appreciates it all. Ice cubes in the shape of bags of dicks. Touche. Hoodies, yes, that's in the plan. How do I get a heavenly high apple pie to you because I can't mail that? I don't know. Will FedEx take it? FedEx will take it. They might not take it in the mail, but FedEx might take it. Let's see. Hats, koozies. Yeah, you guys are giving me all of the list. Trust me, I'm working on it. I have been listening to all of your suggestions. I've been taking notes, keeping lists, and now it's just a matter of designing the right ones and getting them to look right. And property of Mistress Carrie dog tags. Very interesting. And yes, speaking of the dogs, Wednesday is going to have a little section in the online store as well. And she's going to have a little dog section. So that's coming too. Amy says, Wendy, I'm totally calling you that from now on. That's how nicknames start. You say one thing when you start drinking Moscow Mules in the War Room, and then the name sticks. So, sorry, Wendy. I want cufflinks, says Travis. Oh, Travis, what a good idea. That would be great for Christmas. I need a little bit of War Room love spent. Oh, damn it. Producer Mike, I lost you. What do you guys think about having producer Mike out here? I think we need to get him in the War Room one night. Mike, we got to make that happen. Like, the sooner the better. Producer Mike, obviously, Mike that joined me in Afghanistan in 2011. I think we need to get him in here to swap some stories about some stuff. So, Mike, let's make that happen at your earliest coronavirus convenience. We can either do it online or you can actually come in here and hang out with me on the couch, however you want to do it. But we totally got to make that happen. PJ says, what happened to WAF? One day I'm listening to good music and the next day I'm listening to friggin' God's music or whatever they play now. It sucks. You probably answer this a million times and I listen, but I haven't heard you guys talk about it. We signed off the air the third week of February. They sold the signal and it's sold to a Christian station now. That's why I'm here in the War Room with you, because we all got let go. We all got laid off. WAF, as you remember it, is no more. There are tons of audio clips up on the WAF website with all of the last hours of, all the interviews we did with the bands and the goodbyes and the stories. And I cried uncontrollably and have like a Kardashian ugly cry face the whole time. Mike goes full Fernandez, says Eric. Hell yeah. So that's what happened to WAF. Thomas says, the stories that he can tell. Yes. Did you know in advance? PJ, I can't believe you haven't even heard this. This is what's crazy. I apologize to you guys all the time in the podcast because I feel like I answer these questions over and over, but there's still people trying to figure it out. We found out Tuesday afternoon that Friday night was going to be our last night on the air. So we only had a few days notice, but they let us say goodbye, which was a blessing and a gift and something I will always be grateful for. Jason says I cried. I cried too. We cried, we sang. It was just a mess. And then obviously within a couple of weeks of AAF going off the air, we found ourselves all locked in, which is how we all ended up here together in the War Room. And then why I launched my podcast, why I started a company, and how we all ended up here with everything that's going on. So there you go. Some people travel. They don't know what's going on. I mean, there kind of has been a whole bunch of shit going on in the last few months. So, yeah, that's what's going on, PJ. Heather says, it amazes me. I live in Texas and I even know. It was hard not to cry, says Robert. We all cried. It sucks, said Tracy. I bawled, said Donna. That's why we're all here, says Penny. Exactly. Happy accident, which is exactly what I call it, Amy. If you listen to Travis's episode 200 of Oscar Mike Radio, we talk a lot about the early stages of the War Room and kind of what was going on in my head when it all started. And the guys from the Above the Basement podcast, we talked a lot about, the history of AAF and my career there as well. So just in case you missed these podcast this week that came out with me being interviewed on both of them. You can check out both of them. Episode 156 of Above the Basement and celebrating his 200th episode, Travis from Oscar Mike Radio. So definitely check those out as well. Want to remind you guys where you can find me on social. You obviously found me on Facebook because we're here. Same handle on Facebook and Instagram, Mistress Carrie WAF. I haven't wanted to change it yet, and I don't know if I ever will. So I'm just leaving it put right now. But on Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and also CAMEO now, it's just Mistress Carrie. And the CAMEO videos are really fun. So I want to remind you guys about the CAMEO thing that I started a couple weeks ago. If you guys don't know what CAMEO is, it's a website that you go on, you create an account, and then depending on who it is that you're a fan of, or maybe you want to give a gift to somebody and you don't know what to get them, you can have all of these different people, musicians, actors, comedians, social media influencers, YouTube stars, Instagram models, professional wrestlers. I mean, former radio DJ, hosts of video shows in a war room. You go on there and then they'll make custom videos for you. And so I launched my CAMEO page a couple weeks ago and made a bunch of videos right away. And I totally loved it. So if you want to wish somebody a happy birthday in a really interesting way, if you want to celebrate somebody's graduation, or, try to rationalize to your wife that you just bought a new Harley that she didn't say was okay, or maybe announce to your grandparents that you're having a baby. Maybe you want to break up with somebody, ask somebody to marry you, like whatever it is. I can make those videos for you, and I can make them any way you want. If you want to tell somebody to go fuck themselves, I can do that too, which I've already done. And it was, even Alice Cooper has one, says James. Exactly. Like there's all kinds of different people on CAMEO. It's really fun. I froze. Chuck Norris is on CAMEO. You just go on CAMEO and just look at all of the different people that can make videos. And it's really, really cool. A buddy of mine, for his birthday, somebody had a CAMEO video made from Gilbert Gottfried for his birthday. And he put it up on his Facebook page, because that's what's great about the videos, right? Is that you get to download the file. And then you can put it up on your Instagram story. You can put it up on your Facebook. You can put it up on your YouTube. There's all of these different things that you can do with the video. And my friend put the video up of Gilbert Gottfried that he got as a birthday gift. And it is fucking hilarious. So definitely check that out. Just to prove that your computer listens to everything, there is an ad for CAMEO featuring Alice Cooper when I scroll down Facebook right now. Oh, no way. Totally does listen to everything. That's fucking crazy. I'm sorry if I froze. I will tell you guys that I am having high speed internet wired in all of the rooms in my house that don't have it, so that I can plug in instead of using the Wi-Fi, which I think is going to help the war room moving forward as well. Chevy Chase is on CAMEO. Oh my God, I totally want you to tell a few people I know to eat a bag of dicks. Amy, I would totally do that for you. So happy you made yours affordable. Some of them are super expensive, says Danielle. Well, that was the thing, is that I wanted it to be everything I do moving forward. And let me talk about this for a second. Everything I do moving forward, obviously, this is what I'm doing for work now. The podcast with the advertising and Cocktails in the War Room moving forward, and all of the other things that my company is going to do, especially once the world starts to open back up again. I don't have that traditional radio job anymore where I have that guaranteed salary from WAF, and then I can go out and do all of this other stuff for fun, or, whatever. So everything that I do, I obviously have to do because it's what I'm doing now to feed my pug. But I also want it to be affordable so that everybody can kind of get involved with it. And so a lot of the things moving forward, talking about pricing for stuff in the merch store, and all of that kind of stuff. I take all of that into account, especially with the way the economy is right now, that I want to make sure that everything is as affordable and as approachable for you guys as it can be, because I want you involved in everything. But at the same time, I got to be able to do what I got to do too. So, Kimberly says Satchel from Steel Panther is totally winning on Cameo. Hilarious. That's what I mean. And the thing is that when you order the Cameo videos, the more information that you give when you purchase the video, the easier it is for us to customize the videos back for you. So if you're giving us names, dates, places, background information on, your relationship with the person that you're buying it for, I mean, whatever it is, if you say, hey, I want you to wish my friend a happy birthday, but will you wear a birthday hat, or will you sing to them, or like the more stuff that you put on the Cameo application when you buy the videos, the funnier we can make them. And Satchel from Steel Panther, I mean, he's just a freaking funny guy anyway, so his Cameo videos are hilarious. Will wants to know, will you do paid appearances? Yes, that is all part of the plan. Public speaking, a lot of companies in the past have asked me, I'm going to touch my face, have asked me to come and do public speaking stuff or motivational speaking, whether it be going after your dreams, or a lot of the businesses have asked me to come and talk about the veteran work that I do and talk about my trips overseas, which I love doing as well. I'll definitely be doing event hosting and public appearances. I mean, there's all kinds of stuff in the works. It's just that right now with the virus, it's kind of hard to roll all of this stuff out. Can you imagine how crazy it would be if we were going to have the summer concert series and the whole season that we were expecting 2020 to be? I mean, I'd never be home. And right now, it's at least giving us the opportunity to kind of hang out in the war room together, which I'm super psyched about. So Jeff says those Cameo videos seem really cool. They are really cool. I should have gotten a Cameo to help out my parents. Maybe it would have gone better. A different way to support people. Face police, says Tracy. I know, Joe, face police. But it's like, as soon as I get one itch, then it just keeps itching. And then Brianna, I know what you're talking about. Working on it. Trust me. I'm researching the hell out of Patreon right now. Radio training and consulting. I can do all of that stuff. I'm hoping to get into voice acting. I'm also looking into being able to be a voice that reads audiobooks. And will I pop out of birthday cakes? First of all, it better be a big goddamn cake. And second of all, I don't know, how much are you paying? Maybe. And no, I'm not doing it naked. I'll pay for that motivational speech, says Mark. Well, I mean, this is the thing, is that being at WAF for so long, there were only so many hours in the day. And that was always my first love, my main priority, especially in the last 6 to 8 months when we were talking about the rebuild and all of that. I didn't have a lot of time to be able to do a lot of other things. And now that I have all of this time, I'm putting together the company and the ability to be able to do this kind of stuff so that once things really do start to open up a little bit, I am going to be able to do that. But now that I've got MCHQ, I at least want to be able to maximize having a studio that I can go in and do whatever I want. So I thought about maybe reading horror books or something would be really cool. So we'll see. I don't know. So if you guys got any hookups, let me know. Because I'm definitely open to suggestions. Let's see. Not just any cobbler. Where's the Muppet? The Muppet's down in MCHQ. I got 2 of them. I got Animal Muppet this past year with an AAF shirt on, and then I got Muppet Mistress, and they're both in MCHQ right now. Let me see. Oh my God, you're looking into reading audiobooks. Holy crap. Yeah, why not? Right? I mean, talking in front of a microphone is kind of what I've been doing for over 20 years. So why not? Let's see. You could read Go the Fuck to Sleep. Really? Do you think anybody's going to do it better than it's already been done? I don't think so. I got Animal. Yes. When's the tour of MCHQ? There's three more things that I need to have installed in MCHQ to finalize it, and then I'll do the big tour. But all the work's not done down there yet, and I don't want to show it to you guys until it's all done. If you watch Travis's podcasts, I talked to him at MCHQ, so you can see a little bit, but I really want it to be all finished before I show it to you guys. Danielle wants to know, can I do tandem jumps? I am not a tandem master. It's a very specific rating. It's incredibly hard to get. There's a lot of training and stuff that goes into it. I can be on the plane and jump out, but I can't jump out as your tandem master. No. Let's see. I think I missed a comment that you guys are all talking about. I saw MCHQ when you were on Breaking the Ice. Yeah, exactly. There's little bits of MCHQ that have popped up in some of the other podcast episodes that I've done, but I want to give you guys a really cool tour. One of the things, I'll just fill you in to let you know kind of what's going on. In the next few weeks, there's a closet in MCHQ, and I am having what's in that closet demolished, and I'm having a custom closet installed, which is going to allow me the storage to be able to go through all of the stuff that I packed up in my WAF office and to be able to start putting that stuff away and organizing it, all the newspaper clippings, magazine articles, all of the old audio stuff, just everything that I have is still in all these Rubbermaid tubs from when I moved out of my office at WAF. So having this whole closet mechanism installed is going to allow me to go through it all and figure out, oh, I want to put that on a shelf. Oh, I want to hang that on the wall. And once I get all of that kind of done, then I'll be able to give you guys a tour, because then you'll be able to see all of the cool stuff that I have in there. So you got to give me a few more weeks, and then I'll give you guys the official tour of MCHQ. Jason says, watch the Muppets Hamilton. I can't wait. Internet sucks here, but love ya. Thanks, Richie. Some of my friends from Jumptown checking in. War Room Museum building with paid tours. I don't think that the neighbors would like that. Me turning the house into a freaking museum. Sorry about the freezing, guys. I apologize. Not frozen here, says Amy. I guess it all depends on everybody else's Wi-Fi and all of that. So, but yes, I am looking forward to being able to show off MCHQ, and I'm really looking forward to being able to finally unpack all of the stuff that I boxed up. I mean, I had to dig through some of those tubs just to be able to send you guys all of those stickers and everything that you got in the packages with the Cocktails in the War Room t-shirts. And I have not been able to find the bottom of all of the archives and everything that I kind of packed up in a little bit of a rush. So once I custom designed the whole closet with drawers and shelves and hooks and all of this crap. And I'm pretty excited to move into the closet. So it's already ordered, designed, everything. It's getting installed very, very soon. And after it gets installed, I'll be able to unpack everything. Ron says, bring in Sully to do commentary at MCHQ. I would love to do that. And yes, he is coming up on an episode of the podcast. We just have not been able to settle on which episode and when we're going to record it, but it's totally going to happen. Renee says, you froze and now you're lagging and your words don't match your lips. It's like one of those bad overdubbed martial arts movies now. Hey, you want to fight? Fight me. I hope that was funny for you guys. All right. Well, I have to go anyway. You guys got to go to bed. Don't you have a job to go to tomorrow? I don't, but you do. Wednesday, you want to come in and say bye to everybody? No, I don't know where she is. So anyway, so just to recap everything that's going on, episode 8 of the podcast goes live tonight at midnight, featuring Adam Gontier from Saint Asonia, and of course, Mike Mushak from Saint Asonia and Stained. And that goes live at midnight. You can subscribe to the podcast at all of these different outlets and get caught up on all of the episodes if you haven't heard them all already. And once again, thank you guys so much for getting the word out about the podcast. 77 countries and counting. And if you got some extra time, definitely check out Above the Basement and Oscar Mike Radio. These episodes of the podcast, I think, came out great. And hit me up on social. Hit me up on Cameo if you want some custom videos made. Otherwise, new episode coming at midnight. And I will see you next Tuesday. Don't lick anything weird. Wash your damn hands. Bye, guys.